This quantum energy healing will help you to release and dissolve the emotion of guilt and shame. Okay, so what I'd like you to do in your mind, just draw a circle around the part of your body where you feel that emotion the most. Set the intention to release it, and we will get into it. Clear, release. And hi, my name is Nami. I'm a quantum energy healer and hypnotherapist who helps you shift your identity, raise your frequency, and step into alignment with your higher self. Clear. Ooh, okay. So a lot of the times guilt, we can kind of learn to feel guilt around things that we don't necessarily need to feel guilty about during our childhood. Maybe our parents wanted us to be a certain way, or maybe we were gaslit to feel a certain way because of someone else's actions. There's a lot of reasons why we might feel guilt. But if you feel this emotion of guilt where you know it's not your fault for X, Y, and Z, just remind yourself that guilt is just an emotion, which is just a form of energy. And it is an emotional response to a thought. And your thoughts are just programs. And your thoughts are also just energy. And you can change those things. You don't even necessarily need to know the root of it, even though that can help. But you can shift it. Identify the emotion. Ooh, I don't necessarily like that. Identify the thoughts that go with that. Ooh, that's not really rational. That's just a program. And then try to think of something else, a new thought that would kind of combat that guilty thought, because guilt doesn't really help very much in our lives to feel guilty. It's just kind of self-deprecating energy, and it's not helpful. Now, if you've done something that makes sense to feel guilty for, guilt can be a useful emotion to help you understand that you probably don't want to do that thing again because it doesn't feel very good to do whatever it is that you did, right? Allow yourself to feel it for a second, process it, learn from it, let it go. Because staying in that emotion, it doesn't help anyone, it doesn't help you. And if anything, it's just lowering your frequency. It doesn't help to beat yourself up, but it does help to learn from your mistakes. Clear. So give yourself some grace and set the intention to release this emotion of guilt. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe on out. Clear. Because honestly, all negative emotions are actually very helpful in short bursts. Anger helps you to understand where you're being disrespected and like set your boundaries or assert your boundaries. Fear can keep you alive. Let's say if you're crossing the road and a car comes rushing by, it helps you to move out the way so you don't perish. You know, sadness kind of gives meaning to what you've lost. Guilt expresses to you what you don't really want to do again. Okay, and it's there just for a moment to shift you in a different direction and release it. But when we create a chronic relationship with it, where we create an identity around that emotion, that's where it becomes a problem. Release. Clear. And also, guilt can be passed down through your genes as well. All negative emotions can be passed down through your genes if it wasn't processed in the family line. But the good thing is, all that is just energy, and we can release that. Clear. There we go. Clear. You don't have to feel guilty for that anymore. You don't have to feel shame around that anymore. That's in the past, and you have today and tomorrow to change, to become better. And you're already enough. Clear. Clear. Release. Release. There we go. Release. Clear. 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 You're going to do a little breathing. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe on out. Release. Take a nice deep breath into that area where you feel that guilt and that shame. Hold it. Breathe on out. Nice. Clear. One more time. Take a nice deep breath into that area where you feel the crunchies. Hold it. Breathe it on out. Clear. You got this. You're okay. You're okay. It does not serve you or anyone else to hold on to guilt, to hold on to shame. And a lot of the things that can be deemed to be shameful can be just societal programming anyway. So depending on what that is, just know that sometimes it's just a load of phooey. We don't need to be feeling shameful just because someone else told us that that's a shameful thing, you know? But do acknowledge if you've done anything to somebody else that was painful or not very nice. Acknowledge that, take ownership for that. Learn from that and release that. Because no one needs to be stuck in the emotion of shame or guilt. Clear. Release. There we go. Release. There we go. If you need to say you're sorry, say you're sorry. That's all good. It's good to say sorry. It's not for you. It's just for the other person. And then we leave it. Clear. Release. Clear. Release. Release. Okay, release. Clear. Clear. Release. All right. So we're going to do a nice energy transmission here. Kind of put in some relaxed energy, some lovable energy, because you are, in fact, lovable. You just have to believe it yourself. You're deserving of happiness and peace. You deserve to let whatever this is go. And the only thing you need to do is to do better for yourself today and the next. And that might just mean lying in bed and giving yourself a rest. That might mean talking to yourself better, saying something nice to yourself. That might mean apologizing to yourself for beating yourself up in the past. And just begin now to choose a different internal dialogue. I can let this go. It doesn't mean I don't care. It doesn't mean I haven't learned. But I can let this go. I'm lovable. I deserve to feel happy. Because when I'm happy, other people are happy around me. And if happy is a stretch, I can at least feel neutral. Clear. Love. All right. Yeah. Calm. We're going to do a little mental exercise together. If you're still here for this part, just imagine that you're wearing a lot of jackets, a bunch of jackets. You have so many jackets on, too many jackets on for the weather that it is. And just feel yourself with all these jackets on. And each jacket that you have on resembles something that you need to let go. It could be guilt, it could be shame, it could be heartache, it could be whatever it is. And just imagine yourself unzipping a jacket and taking it off and throwing it away. Unzip the other jackets, take them off, and throw them away until you feel lighter. With each jacket you throw away, you could say, "Thank you, I release you." Allowing yourself to release these old negative emotions, thoughts, and beliefs that no longer serve you. Clear. 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 Also, if you're belching or yawning or sniffling or sneezing or crying or any of those things, that's just energy releasing. You're doing real good. Clear. Nice. There we go. You're okay. Clear. Nice. All right, guys. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe it on out. Beautiful. That was your quantum clearing to help dissolve and release shame and guilt. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I always love to know. Also, like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. And maybe you might like one of these videos over here next. I love you, appreciate you. Goodbye.